Hey guys, it's Aubrey. Just this past Wednesday through Friday was the Scotland trip, so this is my Aubrey Goes to London Scotland edition of my journal. Yay! Um, so we went in Scotland. We went to, and by the way, this was Wednesday through Friday. I think I already said that though. Um, we went to a place called Edinburgh, although it's spelled like Edinburgh. So however you say, we went to Edinburgh, which is how they say it here. Whatever. Um, so and my impressions of Scotland, it was it was really pretty, and on the train ride there when we left that Wednesday morning, we like right when you got into Scotland, you immediately saw all these fields and just all these green things and little white sheep that would dot, you know, little white dots that were sheep in the green. So I don't remember seeing much of that in England when we were passing through it. But I mean, I was sleeping, but I really remember that sticking out to me when I was going through Scotland in the train. So um, so that was the ride there, and then when we got there, we got into our youth hostel, and so that was my first day at a youth hostel. It's based A youth hostel is basically I it's supposed to be different from a hotel in that it's cheaper, like it's only it can be up to, sometimes it can be as little as, £9 a night, though that's kind of a sketchy one if it's £9 a night, but hey. And it's got like bunk beds, and you can have, four people in a room, or I was in a room with, eight people in a room, and it has bunk beds. So it's like not as nice as a hotel, but they can provide they can provide meals for you. Like we had a packed lunch every day, and breakfast and dinner. Like we didn't have to go to them, but if we wanted to eat for free, they had food there. Bethany, Bethany, how would you describe a hostel?
Just a cheap place
Like,
where you can like room all together. Sometimes with people you don't know.
yeah, I guess so. Yes, yeah. So I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know what you said. It's like it's group friendly. I guess you could say it's group friendly. So if you're
Yeah.
backpacking Europe with a whole bunch of people, you have places where you can go, and like all 12 of you or something can stay at a hostel. So let's see, and then so after that we went to the castle that's there. Can't remember what the castle's called, but there's a castle in Edinburgh, which is spelled EDIN, then BURGH, and but it's pronounced Edinburgh. Anyway, um, so we went to the castle, and I thought the castle was pretty cool, although I was kind of distracted because it was cold and raining there, and we hadn't really brought our umbrellas. I didn't bring my big pea coat because I was hot from after being on the train and walking down all the way to the hostel. It's about a 15-minute walk, and then another 20-minute walk back to uh, to the castle itself. So I was hot and I didn't bring it. So that kind of detracted from me a little bit. I felt really bad because there were a couple people who were sick, and only had hats and their coats to protect them from the cold and the elements. So I felt really bad for them because I'm sure they were just miserable as they're getting rained on and it's cold. Um, so yeah, it wasn't, and the castle itself, it wasn't like a the castles that have the preserved rooms inside. I know they have some of those in Germany. I vaguely remember those from when I was like 7. Um, so and so the post. So when we were able to find places that you went inside and could look at stuff, that was pretty cool. Um, that was neat. Like we went and we saw like the big dining room thing. I was not as impressed with it as I was with London, with the big old dining rooms, or a big great halls, the great halls. In London they tended to be bigger. But I mean it's still cool to go in and see, and I got to see the London, not the London, the Scotland crown jewels, the Scotland, yeah, Scotland Crown Jewels, which those, I mean, there weren't as many, didn't have as many preserved as the ones in London, so I mean, they're still important. It was cool to learn about them and their history, which I don't remember, but yeah. So, and then after the castle, we went to a place with these monuments. I don't remember what the place is called. I don't know, but it had like a big pillar thing that almost like this much like at the like this like if this was the Parthenon right here in the rectangular shape, like they only had like this much of it built because apparently it's a big monument, but apparently they ran out of materials, so it wasn't finished. Way back when, so that's it's just stayed the monument. There was a tower there that we went up, and when you went up into the tower, um, this is different from the castle. We walked from the castle to this place. Um, you were able to get a really good view of Edinburgh, and so that was, and you get to see all the little houses, and in particular, there's a street there called Princess Street, which goes right down the center of the town or city, and it kind of divides where the medieval like and older architecture stops, and the more modern architecture begins, and it was really cool because you could kind of see that like in the building styles, things like that. Like on one side you had this mon on the street you had a monument to this guy which is really tall and kind of castle-y, kind of, I guess you could say gothic. Don't quite know how to describe it, but it's definitely older. And then on this side you had the mall on that side of the street. So, and that street was called Princess Street, and so it's so yeah, it was cool to see that. Um, Although I kind of saw uh more of them. I felt that London had more of them. I guess still get more of a modern meets old vibe in London more than Scotland, even though I absolutely loved Scotland. But continuing on, after that we went to where did we go after that? Do you remember, Bethany?
After what?
After the monuments that we went to.
We went to the painting place.
Yes, yeah. We went to the National Portrait Gallery of Scotland, which uh by the time we were all by the time everyone's feet hurt, I seriously, like, I think I slept so long on Saturday after the Friday we got back. Just like, because we had been walking so much, like, I don't even I don't even want to think about how many miles we would have walked that day, because we didn't have any, they don't have a tube system in Scotland, so we had to walk everywhere. So it was just pretty much a 15-minute walk to here, 15-minute walk to there, 20-minute to get back to the hostel, um, things like that. But anyways, the portrait gallery, it was fun to look at. They had this really cool painting that was the skating minister, I believe it's called, the ice skating minister. If you Google it, I'm sure you'll find a picture. But it's kind of a, I don't know. It seemed like kind of a humor. It's kind of a humorous picture. Maybe it wasn't supposed to be, but I thought it was kind of cute. You know, it was kind of fun. Um, and so I mean that's the one painting that kind of really stuck out to me, because a lot of people, after they just did the walkthrough of the portrait gallery, they just sat in the seats that they had in the different rooms, just looked at the paintings that was in front of them, because we were all tired. Okay, so went to the gallery, and then after that, I'm gonna stop this one journal right here and continue this on in part 2, because I'm running out of time. So see y'all in a few moments.